Have you ever heard the old saying, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away"? It's such a simple phrase, one we've heard since childhood, yet most of us dismiss it as nothing more than a cute rhyme. But today, I want to show you that the surprising benefits of eating an apple every day might be far greater than you imagine, especially if you're over 50. Yes, the surprising benefits of eating an apple each day go beyond what most people think. And let's be clear from the start, this is not just about avoiding the doctor. This is about transforming how your body ages, how your mind stays sharp, and how your overall quality of life improves in ways you probably never connected to something as ordinary as an apple. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you may never look at this simple fruit the same way again. Let me begin with a story. When I was a child, my grandmother had a routine. Every morning, she would peel one apple, cut it into slices, and eat it slowly with her tea. At the time, I thought it was just her habit, nothing more. But she used to smile and say, "This apple is my little secret to staying young." She lived to 92. Still walking to church every Sunday, still sharp in her mind. And only later did I realize how right she was. Science has now confirmed many of the benefits she seemed to know instinctively. So what makes apples so extraordinary? First, apples are packed with a type of fiber called soluble fiber. You may have heard of it, but let's unpack why it matters. Soluble fiber acts like a sponge inside your digestive system. It absorbs cholesterol, helps regulate blood sugar, and even nurtures the good bacteria in your gut. For people over 50, gut health is often overlooked, yet it's one of the strongest predictors of long-term health. Think about it: your digestion slows as you age, your metabolism shifts, and problems like constipation or high cholesterol become more common. A simple apple every day provides the kind of fiber your body is begging for. But fiber is just the beginning. Apples also contain a unique group of plant compounds called polyphenols. These are natural chemicals plants use to protect themselves from stress, and when we eat them, they protect us too. Studies show that apple polyphenols can reduce oxidative stress, lower blood pressure, and even improve blood vessel function. For those of us over 50, when the risk of heart disease climbs, that's nothing short of life-changing. Imagine something as small as biting into a crisp apple, helping your arteries stay flexible and your heart pumping stronger for longer. And let's not forget about brain health. This is where it gets even more surprising. Polyphenols in apples, especially a compound called quercetin, may help protect brain cells from degeneration. Researchers have found that quercetin acts like a shield for neurons, reducing inflammation and slowing the processes that contribute to Alzheimer's and other age-related cognitive declines. Think about that for a moment. Every day you eat an apple, you might be literally feeding your brain the tools it needs to stay sharp and resilient. Now, here's a twist that few people talk about. The skin of the apple is where much of the power lies. That's right, the peel. If you peel your apple, you lose most of the quercetin and other protective compounds. So unless you absolutely have to eat your apple with the skin, of course, choose organic when you can to reduce pesticide exposure. But don't rob yourself of the treasure that's right there on the surface. Some of you may be thinking, "That's great, but isn't fruit too high in sugar? Shouldn't I be cutting back on fruit, especially if I have diabetes or I'm watching my weight?" And here's where the story gets fascinating. Apples have a natural balance of fiber and water that slows down the absorption of their natural sugars. In fact, research shows that eating whole apples is linked with lower blood sugar spikes compared to drinking apple juice or eating processed sweets. It's not just sugar. It's a complete package your body understands how to use. For people managing diabetes or pre-diabetes, apples can actually be a safe, supportive snack that satisfies cravings while supporting blood sugar control. Let's pause here for a moment. If you've been enjoying this breakdown and you want more content like this, health tips that are practical, inspiring, and rooted in science, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Share this video with a friend and help us spread knowledge that truly makes a difference. Your support keeps this channel alive and thriving. Now, let's explore another hidden benefit: weight management. Many people over 50 struggle with gradual weight gain. It's not about vanity. It's about energy, mobility, and staying independent. Apples are naturally low in calories but high in volume and fiber, which means they fill you up without overloading you. Eating an apple before a meal can actually help you eat fewer calories overall, simply because you feel more satisfied. And when you add that up, day after day, year after year, it becomes a quiet, powerful force keeping your waistline in check. And then there's something many overlook: bone health. Apples contain compounds that may improve bone density. Yes, the fruit most of us think of as simple and sweet may actually protect against osteoporosis. The flavonoids and antioxidants in apples help reduce inflammation that weakens bones, while the vitamin C supports collagen, which is essential for bone structure. For women after menopause, when bone loss becomes a serious concern, that daily apple can be a subtle but significant ally. Another story comes to mind. A friend of mine in her 60s once told me she had developed a ritual of slicing an apple every afternoon instead of reaching for cookies. At first it felt like a sacrifice, but soon she realized her digestion improved. Her skin looked clearer, and she no longer had those mid-afternoon crashes. To her, it wasn't just about the apple, it was about reclaiming her energy in a way she thought was gone forever. That's the surprising power of something so small. We also can't forget immunity. Apples contain vitamin C, yes, but more importantly, they provide antioxidants that work in synergy to strengthen your immune defenses. For older adults, where the immune system weakens with age, every bit of reinforcement matters. Think about flu season, colds, or even recovery after surgery. Your body is constantly defending itself. And apples provide the raw materials it needs to fight back. But let me add something even more personal. Eating an apple is not only a physical act, it's also a mindful ritual. When you bite into an apple, you're not eating fast food. You're not rushing through a bag of chips, you're connecting with nature. The crunch, the juiciness, the fragrance, it reminds you of simplicity, of slowing down, of nourishing yourself with something alive. For me, that's part of the benefit too. It shifts your relationship with food, grounding you in choices that align with long-term vitality rather than short-term cravings. Here's another surprising angle. Apples may even help your lungs. Studies have shown that people who eat more apples have better lung function and lower risks of asthma. Scientists believe this is due to the antioxidants reducing inflammation in airways. Imagine breathing easier simply because you chose an apple as your snack. For older adults, especially those who may already feel short of breath when climbing stairs, that's not a small benefit. That's life-changing, of course. Nothing is a magic bullet. Eating apples won't make you invincible, and they won't replace the need for balanced meals, exercise, and regular medical care. But think of them as a daily anchor, a simple, accessible, affordable tool you can count on. Unlike exotic superfoods that cost a fortune, apples are available almost everywhere. That's part of the beauty. Health doesn't always come from something rare or complicated. Sometimes it comes from the humble fruit sitting in your grocery basket. So how do you make the most of it? Here are some practical tips from my own experience. Eat them raw when you can, with the skin on. Add slices to your oatmeal or yogurt in the morning. Bake them with a sprinkle of cinnamon for a warm, comforting dessert. Toss them into salads for a refreshing crunch. And if you're ever tempted by late-night snacking, keep a bowl of apples on the counter. They'll call your name before the cookies do. Let me close with this thought. Life after 50 can sometimes feel like a tug-of-war between the body you remember and the body you're living in now. But the truth is, you still have incredible power to shape your health. You don't need to reinvent the wheel or chase the latest fad. Sometimes it's about returning to what's simple, what's been there all along, waiting quietly for us to notice. An apple a day may not literally keep every doctor away, but it can give you the strength, clarity, and resilience to embrace the years ahead with vitality. So the next time you see that basket of apples at the market, don't walk past it. Pick one up, feel its weight, take that first bite, and remember that you are feeding not just your body, but your future. If this message inspired you, don't forget to subscribe. Share this with someone you care about, and let's continue building a community where health and wisdom grow together. Because sometimes the most surprising benefits in life are also the simplest.